You're watching today's video technical update presented by FX Times. It is Friday, March 26th, 2010. I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst, and I'll go over some developments in the Forex market. It's Friday, so let's take a look at the Japanese yen crosses. The Japanese currency showed broad-based weakness this week. Remember that the Aussie and the Canadian dollar have been strong against the Japanese yen and would probably have a good chance to pair against its strength coming into the week. Let's see how the different crosses and currencies fared. This video is being produced at about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time ahead of the US session close. Here's a look at the Euro-Japanese yen pair in the weekly time frame. We see that the market has been in a decline and has been consolidating since February. Looking at the daily, we see this consolidation is a possible reverse head and shoulder if it breaks above 125.30. So that's the neckline right there, and the market looks to be approaching that soon. So the euro yen, has been very weak, and we saw Japanese yen weakness this week, but even that has not paired the strength from last week. Okay, so now looking at the 4-hour time frame, you see here, this was last week's action. This week, produced a rally, but wasn't. Let's see, it was about 78.6% retracement of last week's move. Okay, so that's the Euro-Japanese yen pair. It's still in consolidation, and I would say when it tests 125.30. Look for topping action and a reversal from there. And if that breaks this rising trend line in the weekly, we see that we possibly get to the 118.50 area. So that's the bearish outlook. The pound yen pair is in a similar situation as the euro yen pair after a correction. The correction came to an end last week when the market broke below this rising trend line, but this week so far has given us a pullback. So right now we are expecting that this is a pullback and that it should have been completed. Now for the bearish outlook to continue, and that bearish outlook is this, towards the 128.20, 128 area swing projection. But looking at the 4-hour time frame, we see this topping action here, and the market should not go above that to maintain the current bearish outlook. You see the market at about 78.6% retracement at this 138 area. It shouldn't go above that. And if the market indeed tops off here and continues the decline, if it breaks this rising trend line, and especially if it breaks our 136.50 area, then the continuation outlook can be confirmed. Here in the daily, you see again this swing projection is to the 128 area. So the pound and the euro yen pairs, they have shown strength against the weakening Japanese yen, but both of these pairs are very weak, and we'll see that as we compare, take a look at the next Japanese yen cross. Unlike the euro and the pound yen pair, the Aussie yen pair is actually in a rally, whereas the euro and the pound yen pairs have been in a decline. So this pair this week basically bounced off from this previous power zone here around 82.50, and the market continued to rally. The Aussie yen is strong, but it is at an overbought area here shown by the stochastic, and today's price action shows a possible reversal, although again we would have to for example use a trend line like that to support our current rally. If the market breaks below this previous power zone and this rising trend line, then the bearish mode, then we can start considering the bearish mode. But for now, it's still bullish, and the reversal may just be maybe just be a short-term one. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we see here this 82 area, actually just below 38.2% area, is a very important support area. And if the market is supported there next week, it could continue a rally towards 85. Another push again here, another push with this swing projection, and actually possibly to target the 86 area as well. So look for the market to be in a short-term, near-term bearish attempt, and if that bearish attempt fails at 82, just above 82, then get ready for another swing towards 85, 86. So the Aussie yen has been strong, but it is near a market top and is overbought, so that strength may be coming to an end in the short term or intermediate term very soon. The Canadian dollar has been slightly stronger than the Aussie yen, but they have been similar against the Japanese yen pair. Here you see the Canadian dollar Japanese yen pair actually reached this previous high and is testing it. Again, today's price action is a reversal type of signal, but we are still in a bullish mode that could extend to 92.80. Now looking at the 4-hour time frame, we see that today's action here has reversed this previous rally very short so far by 38.2%, but it could reach 61.8% at the 89.50 area. So another 40 pips or so, this market should be bottoming if it is to make another bullish attempt. Now if that breaks, however, we may be in a more significant correction, just like in the Aussie yen pair. I suspect that if this breaks, the Aussie yen pair also will be in a more significant retracement. So again, the Canadian dollar pair, just like the Aussie dollar, Canadian yen pair, just like the Aussie yen pair, are the stronger ones, but they are both nearing a market top, or here a projection, swing projection. Although the Canadian dollar Japanese yen pair has a little more to go on the upside. So we have established that the euro and the pound yen pairs may continue to weaken. The Aussie and the Canadian yen pairs have been strong, but is testing its strength as it nears important tops. That leaves us with the greenback. The dollar Japanese yen pair this week broke a long-term declining trend line and signals a bullish outlook. If the market continues to be strong, it could reach 100.50, which is a 38.2% retracement in the intermediate term. Looking at the daily, we see the market sort of paused at the 93 area, but when we start next week, it may continue to this previous high at the 93.60. Now, what we should be looking for here is a retracement, and a very choppy one at that, because the dollar yen has been a choppy pair. So let's say the market reaches 93.60, then we should look for something like a 61.8% retracement. So that's it for the US dollar Japanese yen. It's the one pair that's turning from long-term weakness to possibly intermediate term strength, while the other pairs, the euro and the pound, may continue to weaken, and the Aussie Canadian dollar pair is going to be testing its strength very soon. The US dollar Japanese yen pair might give us a throwback if the dollar is going to be weak next week. So wait for that throwback, and if that throwback confirms a low above this previous consolidation, or even if it's at this consolidation area at the 61.8%, we may have our bullish outlook towards 100.50. And that's all for this week. Visit fxtimes.com for daily technical and fundamental analysis updates, as well as educational live events. Once again, I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst here at FX Times, wishing you a great weekend.